settlement process. So from deposit to settlement and beyond. What I thought would be very useful for people, I've had a lot of questions from people trying to understand the settlement process, what is involved, what should they be doing, how does it work, who should they be seeking advice from. So I thought I'd run you guys through and give you a breakdown. As I said, the Q&A is open, so jump in now, start peppering the questions. Keep them general if you've got some general ones, and I will try and answer them to everyone. If you've got a specific question for yourself, drop it in, and Tracy to my left, who's out of camera, will answer those. So first step is, or rather, let me say, there is 4 phases that I'd like to break this down into. The first phase is paying your deposit and signing the contract. Second phase, construction. That's where we are right now. Third phase, settlement and taking possession of your property. And the fourth phase is post-settlement. So what I talked about, being with you along through that journey of your owning your home. So first phase is done. That's why you're on the call today. Second phase is as good as done when you have a look around. So we are in this third phase right now, settlement and taking possession of your property. I want to unpack that a little bit more and run you through some of the key steps that are involved. And these are typically in the order that they do occur. So the first step is we will advise you of the estimated date of completion. We did do that a number of months ago. If you are unsure, you should have received a ton of emails from us. You should be getting our weekly, monthly construction update, goes to everyone. It's on the socials, so jump onto Facebook, Instagram. How do they go? Salvo Property Group, Instagram. However you do it, look that up, jump on. You'll see all the information there. For those of you that have forgotten or just want reassurance, we're delivering this building into 2 stages. The first stage will be all apartments from level 9 up to level 42, and they will be delivered at the end of March. They are the current estimates from your builder. The second stage will be all apartments on level 43 up to 50, and they will be delivered at the end of May. Now, I do want to just stress to everyone, this is an estimated date of completion. There are a number of key statutory, legal, paperwork and red tape that we need to go through in order for you to take possession of your home, which is in a few steps' time, and I will explain those to you in a minute, and that is where you'll get your fixed and locked in settlement date. Second step is you should start organising your loan. This is where I believe everyone should be right now. Those of you that are in the second stage, you do have a little bit more time. So really now is when you should be starting to talk to your broker, have a chat with us, and I know my team will be reaching out to you guys over the next few weeks to start that process happening. If you're in the first stage, you've still got time, and I'll be joined by Tim and Becky from our broking area later in this session, and they'll run through how you can still make it in that time. But if you're not there, really pay attention in that session and give us a call tomorrow. Third step is bank valuations and your own personal purchaser inspection. So if you are borrowing money to settle your apartment, which I believe most of you will be, if you're not, well then you're lucky. Those of you that are borrowing, your bank will organise and commission a valuation for you. Those valuers know us very well. We deal with them day in, day out as they come through all of our various buildings. They'll give us a call. They understand that this is an off-the-plan property, and they'll be in constant communication with us, finding out when your apartment will be available for them to come through and do a valuation. Typically, they do this in a close to complete stage, as they like to get that back to your bank ASAP so that they can finalise your loan application. Your purchaser inspection, we expect to start those late this month. Those of you that are not based in Melbourne, don't stress if you cannot travel here for that process. Whether you're overseas or interstate, we will run you through that. We can jump on FaceTime, Zoom like today. What do we mention? WeChat, WhatsApp, whatever kind of technology you feel most comfortable with that has a video calling facility. We're happy to jump on that with you, walk you through your apartment. It'll be just like this. We will try to minimise what we call the Blair Witch photography, which is that shaky photography everywhere, and show you as best we can. Rest assured, you're going to hear from Maxcon today what a great job they're doing in terms of finishing your apartment. And as I said, we will be running through your apartment ourselves personally, making sure that everything is being completed to a very, very high quality and standard. The fourth step, and this is a really important one, so for those of you that want to understand about having a fixed completion and settlement date, this is the step that needs to occur. There's two parts to it. The first one is a certificate of occupancy, and the second one is the registration of the subdivision plan. Once both of those occur, then our lawyers, Baker and McKenzie, will send to your nominated lawyer the official notice with a copy of both of those documents, confirming that the settlement date will be in 14 days' time. Now, what do each of those mean so you can understand what's involved? The certificate of occupancy is the legal document that the builders get that effectively says they have completed the building, it is fit to be occupied, it is safe, the fire services are there, it's built to the Building Code of Australia, and all of that paperwork that you can imagine you expect us to deliver to you. Now, that's a really, really long and complicated process. Throughout the entire build, they're constantly needing to get checks and each step certified. And the final step is that the certifiers will walk through the building, check everything off, complete all the paperwork, and submit that to be finalised. Once that is completed, the second step that needs to be done is the plan of subdivision needs to be registered. The plan of subdivision is a legal document that subdivides this building into each individual apartment such that you guys can settle on your own lot and have total ownership and control of your apartment. It is a legal document. It goes through local, state and federal governments. There is an absolute huge amount of paperwork, red tape, and it does our total heads in. Colin McKenzie and I have been working on this for months and months now, and we're well into the process. As you can probably appreciate, the building needs to be completed first for those council officers to be able to come and give us what is called a certificate of compliance, and then the state government will register that document and create your individual titles. So they are two very key documents, and until both of those are completed, only at that point are we able to then notify you of your fixed settlement date. So for those of you that are getting a bit confused and wondering, just tell us the date, son, why can't you just give us a fixed date? We can't do that until we get both of those documents done, which we will keep you updated on the progress throughout the coming weeks and months as to how both of those are progressing. Remembering that those of you that are in that second stage of apartments I mentioned, in levels 43 to 50, have obviously got a couple of months longer than the bulk of you who are in this first stage. I will, if you get confused, I will tend to just focus on that first stage with the dates. So if you are in the balance, rest assured you have a couple of extra months up your sleeve. The next step is you pay the balance of your purchase price. Now, we've had a couple of really good questions from interstate and overseas buyers, worried about how do they actually attend settlement, how do they hand us the cash. Really easy. I'll jump on a plane. If you're going to give us cash or gold, I'll jump on a plane and come and see you. For those of you that are thinking about still doing it the traditional way, here in Australia, we have an online property settlement system that is mandatory in all states, and it is called PEXA. It stands for something fancy. God knows only what exactly it means. Do we know, Tracy, what it means? No, it's a fancy acronym, four-letter acronym. Who the hell knows what it means? But effectively, everything is now done from the comfort of people's offices or homes, and everyone matches. It's not dissimilar to a Zoom session like this, albeit it's more of a financial and legal transactional workspace. Your lawyers, your bank, our lawyers, our bank, and anyone else that is involved will all join this session and complete the transfer of funds, and you'll get your title document that way. So don't stress if you're worried that you will not be able to make it. The technology today is fantastic, and this is actually mandatory. So even if you did turn up, there are no longer the days where I used to love going into our lawyer's office and to see 40 or 50 people lined up on tables, you know, swapping paper and so forth. Those days are long gone. Lastly, collect your keys and enjoy. So that is where the magic happens. That's when we will see you right here enjoying this space when it's completed.